Hi, welcome back to another video. My name is Mallory. I'm here with my sister Cameron, younger sister, even though the height difference might not look like it, younger sister. I thought it would be fun to do a sister picks my TBR for a week. So the goal is, right now at least, she'll pick out one book for me to read, and I will try to read it as fast as possible, and maybe I'll get a second or third book in. Not sure yet, but I only want to do it one book at a time. And the reason we're actually in front of my bookshelf is because the goal is for her to pick from books that I own or some of the books that she has right here, because I'm trying to get through my physical TBR as much as possible. So, plus I don't know what kind of weights are on the library or Libby right now for the books that she might want me to read. So I figured just starting with my physical TBR would be easiest. So you said you already have a book in mind, and I have a feeling I know what book she's going to pick because I know what kind of books she likes to read and wants me to read. So I guess, do you want me to close my eyes?
Sure.
Until you put the book in my hands?
I'll show them first.
Okay, we're gonna see what she picks. I have an idea. Tell me when you have it, because I want to make a guess.
Okay, guess.
Is it The Reappearance of Rachel Price?
Yes.
I knew it.
I need you to read this book.
Because she finally convinced me to read A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, and I loved it. And she gave me her copy of The Reappearance of Rachel Price a couple months ago now, when she was getting rid of a bunch of her books.
I still have another copy of this book.
This is just the Book of the Month edition.
Mine is also the book of the
Why do you have two from Book of the Month?
Because the one I have, it was misprinted. So they gave me
Oh, so you gave me the nice one.
Yeah, because I had already read it by the time that one got
Oh, nice. Okay,
It
so
was missing a whole half a page.
I don't actually know much about what this book is about. I'll probably keep it that way though, just since it's a mystery thriller. Is it a thriller or is it just mystery?
It's just mystery, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just mystery.
So
It's YA.
Really? For some reason I thought this was adult.
Holly Jackson's YA.
I know, but for some reason I thought this was adult. So if the first book by her that I read is anything to go by, I will probably finish this in the next 2 days. So we probably will get a second book in, but yeah, I will probably start reading this. I don't know if I'll read it tonight or not. I'm kind of tired. I'm not in the mood for reading, but I definitely will read it soon.
I already have a second idea in my head of a book, of the next book.
Okay, so I will start reading and update you with my thoughts as I go. So I made it through chapter 10 of The Reappearance of Rachel Price, and I'm really enjoying it so far. So at this point is when Rachel Price has reappeared, hence the title, Reappearance of Rachel Price. And I have theories. I personally don't think she was kidnapped. I didn't read the synopsis or anything, so I don't know what was already said or not, other than the fact that she reappears from being missing for 16 years. But I personally think she like faked her own disappearance or something. Like something is fishy. But other than that, I honestly don't know. But I am enjoying it so far. I think I'll finish this in the next day or two, because I don't know. I don't know if all mysteries are like this or just because I've read 2 good ones, but I feel like I'm
By the same author.
Yeah, by the same author. I just feel like I'm flying through them because they're really fast paced. But yeah, definitely gonna read more of this tomorrow, hopefully, at least. So yeah, so those are my thoughts so far. Okay, I am now on chapter 14, a little over 100 pages in, and I really am enjoying it so far. It's just like I feel like I'm analyzing this so much because every little thing that's mentioned I feel like could potentially be part of like a plot twist or something, because from what my sister tells me, there's more than just like the twist of who took her, but there's like a bunch of plot twists in between the beginning and the end. So like I keep analyzing every little line that could mean a plot twist in the future. So I'm still sticking with my theory that she would like left and was not taken. I don't know the why yet, but that's still my running theory. And with that, actually, it reminds me almost of Pretty Little Liars, if you've seen that. Spoiler warning, I guess, if you haven't seen Pretty Little Liars, but it's been out for like a decade now at this point, so that's kind of on you if you don't want to know. But Allison, like the whole beginning of the show rolls around Allison who went missing during a sleepover, but it turns out Allison ran away and didn't actually go missing. And so that's kind of what it's giving to me. And then my other theory is around, I feel like maybe Belle isn't Rachel's daughter, or that Carter is Charlie's daughter. I don't know, something about like Carter and her parents and like their family seems off in their reaction to like, not their reaction, but Rachel's reaction to them when they first come over after finding out she's still alive. Something felt off. So I don't know. I'm enjoying it so far a lot. But we're gonna stop and make dinner, and then I will probably read some more. It is well past midnight, and I really should be asleep. Also, hence why I'm kind of whispering, because my sister's asleep in the other room, and I don't want to wake her up. But I really should be sleeping, but this book is getting so good. I'm on chapter 34, and I don't want to spoil too much, but just from what I'm gathering, I didn't say this earlier because it felt kind of a dumb theory, but now I kind of suspect that Charlie's dad, so Charlie is Rachel's husband, I suspect that his dad maybe had not something to do with her going missing, but maybe knew that she wasn't actually missing, something along those lines. I don't know, but there's something there. I'm convinced at this point that she left and didn't actually get taken. I kind of always suspected that even before I picked up the book, just because I feel like it wouldn't really be a good mystery novel if that wasn't the case. But I could be proven wrong. I don't know. So I am on chapter 34. Like I said, I have like a little under 200 pages left. I don't know if I'll finish tonight. I shouldn't, because like I said, it is well past midnight and I need to go to bed since I still have class tomorrow. But I can't put it down. Like, I feel like a big plot twist is coming and I want to read until then at least. But we'll see. I'm going to keep reading. I definitely will finish this tomorrow if I don't just stay up all night and finish it tonight. So I just finished the book. It is 1:30 in the morning. Why have I put off reading mysteries for so long? And I didn't think I'd enjoy a mystery as much as I enjoyed A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. But maybe I just really love, like, family drama mysteries, because I'm not gonna get into any spoilers because I know this is still a fairly recent book and a lot of people want to read it, but when my sister said that there were a bunch of, like, different twists and turns and plot twists, I wasn't expecting to get them all at the end of the book. I was expecting it to be, like, throughout the book. And I'll say, like, I haven't mentioned all of my theories in this video, but a lot of my theories that I had, I wouldn't say a lot, but some of the theories that I had were on the right track, but I wasn't quite right, if that makes sense. There was one theory that I had only told my sister, but I was right. I didn't know in what capacity, like, I didn't know how it would have happened, but I was right. This book was so good. 5 stars easily. Although I do remember my sister saying that she liked the romance in this one better than in A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, but I personally did not. Like, it was barely a romance in my opinion. Like, obviously, yeah, like, they kissed and stuff, but, like, it ended with them not together, basically. So I don't know if I believe her on that end, but that doesn't matter. That's not why I read the book, for the romance. I read the book because of the mystery, and I'm in shock. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to sleep tonight. I should have waited to finish this book tomorrow. It was really well done, because, like I said, even if I were to guess, like, the path that some of the plot twists were going on, I could not guess a lot of the actual twists that happened in the book, like how things actually played out. And it's hard to explain without getting into any spoilers, which I don't want to do, but oh, it's so good. You need to read this book if you haven't yet. It is so good. I'm trying to think of even anything else to say to wrap up this first portion of the video. I'll be back tomorrow with my sister picking out the next book she wants me to read, but this book was so good. I don't know if there's anything else to say about it. I really should go to bed since it's past 1:30 in the morning. I can't stop thinking about it. Oh, it's so good. Like, and I'm really glad, like, happy with the way that the story played out, how the mystery happened, and, like, what happened to Rachel Price. Like, again, it's so hard to get into without spoilers, but I was wrong about what happened to Rachel Price. We'll just say that. I really need to go to bed. I will be back tomorrow for my sister to pick out the next book I am to read. All right, we are back because I finished the first book, The Reappearance of Rachel Price, late last night. By late, I mean it was 2 a.m. But now it is Thursday, and I definitely have time to at least read one more book. Maybe a third one, but we'll see. Depends on what book this one is that she wants me to read. I genuinely have no clue what this one is. Like, the Rachel Price, I could kind of guess because she's been wanting me to read that for a while. But this one, I've got no clue, so.
Wait, I'll give you one hint.
Okay.
To try and guess. It's on this bookshelf, not this one.
Okay, so it's...
And I've read it.
Okay, so it's either a romance... I guess it could be any genre because I also have fantasy sci-fi down there. Okay, my guess is... I actually can't remember if you've read this or not. But my guess is Book Lovers.
Okay.
So... This was my other guess. Butcher and Blackbird by Brynne Weaver. I've been wanting to read this for a while too, so. This one, romances I usually fly through pretty quickly, so I feel like there might be a chance we'll get to a third book, but we'll see. I'm excited about this one. You said you didn't like it that much, didn't you?
It was average for me, but
we have very different tastes in romance books, so.
But I think she will like it.
Okay. Exciting.
And it's not that big.
No, it's not. It's like, what? Yeah, 343.
And the words are big.
Oh, they kind of are. But I'm pretty sure it's like they're both serial killers.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll probably start reading this at some point today, so I'm excited. So I finally started Butcher and Blackbird, and I'm like 180-ish something pages in, and I'm really enjoying it so far. The only thing I really knew about it going in to the book was that it's a serial killer romance. Like, both of them are serial killers. I was not prepared for how funny that it would be, but I'm enjoying it so far. No spoilers, but I just want to say I will never see cookies and cream ice cream the same way ever again. That was a choice. And there's also a scene that reminds me very much of a Criminal Minds episode that revolves around cannibalism. So there's that. But overall, I really am enjoying it. I honestly will probably be able to finish it tonight because I am a little less than halfway through, and I'm getting through it pretty quickly. So maybe I'll get to read a third book this week, but who knows? officially finished Butcher and Blackbird, actually in one day, actually in 2 sittings, because I read the first half of it this afternoon before the football game, and then I read the rest of it tonight. And I really enjoyed it. I think in the end it's going to be 4.5 stars. That's my gut feeling. And I think that's because of the romance. Like, I enjoyed the romance, like, plot, but this could also just be my fault for going into it with expectations. But I expected the romance to be a little more, like, slow burn, enemies to lovers-ish than it was. It was very, like, not insta-love, that's not the right word, kind of the right word, but it developed pretty quickly. So that's the only reason I'm, like, docking it half a point. Otherwise, like, overall, very good book to me. I'm glad I finally read it. And I actually really want to read Leather and Lark now, like, as soon as possible, based on that epilogue, because I'm really curious as to where that, in terms of the, like, mystery factor will go, because I know that Leather and Lark follows Rowan's brother and Sloane's best friend. So definitely want to read that soon, but I don't own it, and I don't think my sister does either, so I will probably have to put it on hold on Libby at some point, or the library. But it is now Saturday night, and I'm probably done reading for the night, unless I listen to more of a different audiobook that I'm listening to. But tomorrow, probably, I'll do a 3rd book, since I was not expecting to finish Butcher and Blackbird all in one day. And depending on the book that Cameron picks, I could probably get that done in a day or 2, assuming it's another, like, romance or contemporary or something. Like, if it's a fantasy or sci-fi, that might not happen, but we'll see. So I will be back with hopefully a 3rd book soon. Okay, it is the next day, and like I said last night, I finished Butcher and Blackbird, and so I think I'll have time to finish one more book for my sister to pick. So you said you have one ready, right?
I do.
So I don't know what it is.
Again. It's on the shelf again.
Again? Okay.
Yeah. And it's a book I have read.
Okay, I gotta think about this. I don't know if you've read Book Lovers. Maybe I think my final guess is the Falling in Love montage, because I'm pretty sure she's read that.
Like, it's not anywhere on the shelf, not just the shelf.
No, I know.
Okay.
But I just, like, I guess it could be one of those, but I feel like of the fantasy books
Yeah.
that I own, none of those are ones you've read.
Yeah.
Okay, now I have 2, because the Falling in Love montage was my first thought, but looking at my mystery shelf, I forget if she's read Truly Devious.
I haven't.
Okay.
Because it's on my bookshelf.
Oh, yeah. Then, actually, my second guess... Okay, my final guesses are either the Falling in Love montage or the 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo.
Okay.
So... I knew it. Yeah, because that's one I think she's been wanting... Oh my god, I did not realize how small the text is. I don't know if I'm getting through this in 2 days or not.
I think you might. Like, Taylor Jenkins Reid is my favorite author.
Alright, so I think we're going to clean first, because it is Sunday, and then I will probably read for most of the rest of today. Hopefully I can get into this, because I have not read a single Taylor Jenkins Reid book, and I don't know if I like her writing yet or not. It's a very popular author, and this is a very popular book, but who knows? So, we shall see. It is almost 11 o'clock at night, and I am about to go to bed, but I figured I would update you on where I'm at with 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo and my thoughts so far. So I am on page around like 194, 195, and it's about halfway done with the book. I definitely think I'll finish it tomorrow if I just sit down for like an hour or 2 and read the rest of it. And I'm enjoying it. I think from what I'd heard about it from other people, I expect I should enjoy it more. You know, it's been a really hyped book, but I don't know. So far, not that it's boring. It's definitely not boring. But I also don't read a lot of, like, women's fiction, like, lit fic books, which is definitely kind of what this is. I know there's, like, with the romance elements, but above all else, it's, like, a lit fic. And that's just not really a genre that I read, and so it's taking me a little bit to get used to that, I guess. So far, it's okay. Like, it's definitely not, like, a boring to get through, or, like, I want to DNF it. I definitely think I'll finish it and enjoy it, but not my favorite thus far. But maybe my thoughts will change in the second half of the book. So, who knows? I will, like I said, I'm going to bed, and then I will be back tomorrow, hopefully reading some more of this book and finishing it. Good morning, everyone. I'm at my coffee. Not as good today. It's a white chocolate raspberry latte, but for some reason it doesn't taste as good today. I don't think I put enough white chocolate syrup, but I forgot to grab my book. It is Monday morning-ish. Yeah, it's still morning. It's 10:30. Just dropped Cameron off at work, and like I said yesterday, I am about halfway through with Evelyn Hugo, and I want to finish it today so that I can get this video edited on Tuesday. But it's gonna have to happen, like most of it at least now, because I'm actually going with my sister and my mom to see Wicked tonight at, I think the movie starts at 3:30 and it's like an almost 3-hour movie. So I probably won't get home until like 8 because we're also gonna do dinner after the movie. And then with it being a school day tomorrow, my sister has to work early in the morning. So I want to finish it. I don't know if I'll finish it before I have therapy at 1:30, but that's 3 hours. So maybe. Right now, with where we're sitting, I'm feeling 4 stars, but that might change by the end, so we'll see. It is now like an hour and a half later, about noon, and I've finished The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. And I think I was right with what I said earlier. It is probably gonna be about 4 stars for me. And that's still a great rating, like not a bad book by any means. It just wasn't like life-changing in the way that a lot of people say it is when they read it or talk about it. Like I loved the writing, so I definitely want to continue with more Taylor Jenkins Reid books in the future because I definitely think specifically Daisy Jones and the Six is a book I'd really enjoy, but it just like didn't quite hit the way I was expecting based on how hyped it was. I definitely really enjoyed how it really portrayed how even if you think you know someone, you really don't, because like, you know, Evelyn Hugo is this huge movie star, huge celebrity, and she married 7 men, and of those 7 men, only 2 really knew who she was at her core. I mean, if you count Robert. I kind of do because he was with her until the end, and it was such a sad and like heartbreaking story, which I know was kind of the point, but it's still like I had me tearing up at points even when I don't typically cry in books like this. And the plot twist at the end of how Evelyn knew Monique really shocked me because small spoilers for like just my theory of what I thought happened, but it does go into a little bit of spoilery territory of the book if you don't want to know anything about it. But at the point when she was that brief like elopement in Vegas to Mick Rivera and they hook up and she gets pregnant, I know now that she probably just had an abortion, but at the time I fully thought that she'd had the baby but gave it up for adoption or something, and that Monique was Evelyn's daughter. But I don't know if the timelines would have matched up because I don't think that Monique was old enough for that case. I think Monique was still in like her late 20s. So I definitely don't think that timeline would have matched. But that's where my mind went, was that she was like someone's illegitimate daughter or something, not what actually happened. That was kind of crazy, and that really did shock me. I did not see that coming at all. But yeah, I definitely think I enjoyed the story. I'm definitely going to continue with more of Taylor Jenkins Reid books. And I guess while we're here, that's kind of the end of the video, so I'll do a bit of a wrap up on everything that I read over this last week. I finished 3 books that my sister chose for me. So first was The Reappearance of Rachel Price, which I ended up giving 5 stars. Absolutely loved it. And then there was Butcher and Blackbird by Bryn Weaver, which I don't know if I ever actually mentioned it, but I think I'm giving it 4.5 stars because there was just like a spark missing, and like the romance was not my absolute favorite. It just like wasn't quite what I was expecting. And then just finished Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, which is about 4 stars. So I think if you go by star ratings, you can kind of figure based on the order my favorites were. Like most favorite was The Reappearance of Rachel Price, and then Butcher and Blackbird, and then The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. But I'm really glad that I did this video because it really got me reading books that I kind of kept putting off because they were just so different than what I usually read, other than Butcher and Blackbird. Butcher and Blackbird is a book that I should have picked up a while ago because it's a genre that I like. It's a romance, and serial killer romances are not ones that I've read a lot of. Like the closest I can think of that I've read to Butcher and Blackbird were There Are No Saints by Sophie Lark and the Mindfuck series by S.T. Abbey. But the difference is that in both of those, like in There Are No Saints, there's just like the guy is a serial killer and she's just a normal civilian. And then in Mindfuck, Lana is the serial killer and the guy is an FBI agent. They're not both serial killers, which is why Butcher and Blackbird is kind of different from anything I've read in terms of serial killer romance. But what I'm saying anyway, like Reappearance of Rachel Price, I was more likely to get to it recently anyway, because I just finished A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, which is my first mystery that I really enjoyed. But Evelyn Hugo is my first, like, I don't know technically what this genre is, but it feels very just like women's fiction, like lit fic. And that's just not a type of book that I usually read. And so my sister and I have pretty different tastes in books, because she reads a lot of mystery thrillers. She reads romance like I do, but they're very different romances, because she is not a huge fan of like smutty romance, and also not like always the biggest fan of like straight romance, which I also read LGBTQ romance all the time, but we just have quite different reading tastes for the most part. And so I'm kind of glad she forced me to read books that are out of my comfort zone a little bit. And also, I got 3 more books that were on my TBR finally finished, which helps me feel a little better about some of the books that I got recently. So I hope you enjoyed this week's video, and I will see you next time.